Covering the inside of the box.
Uh, Today we will start actually the two last steps in a whole line of the steps uh, building the box. Um, all parts are finished, all parts connected, and now we have to cover the inside of the box. It's required to make two pieces of paper, archival paper. Uh, this paper a little bit heavier than usual paper. Okay, we would do the long, the long part of the box and the short part of the box. It's two pieces of paper. Let's start with the long line. Um, First of all, you have to cut as usual the piece that bigger than you need, and how to measure the piece. You have to measure all the parts, and you have to add some four spaces, four gaps between uh, those parts. Uh, just roughly measure and cut the piece bigger than you need. Bigger than you need. Now, of course, one perfect angle, one long side straight, and on the I would do on the from the left to the right. Okay, and as we talked before at the beginning of building the box, we have to leave the small, clean, perfect border along the whole long piece. Uh, it's up to you, uh, the size of the border, but not too big, of course, and not too narrow, not too small, of course. And the most important, the piece supposed to cover, we talked before, those cuts between the boards. That's why I ask you not to cut too close to the edge, because it's all gonna be covered, and if you cut it too close, it will be visible. Okay, I would like to measure the width of the piece, the paper from the middle, from the first part, the baseboard of the box. Okay, something like this. Okay, let's see how wide will be borders. You could see just a little bit. Just you will open just a little bit of the space. Okay, and make sure that it's the same the same size that you need on left side and on the right side. Yeah, it looks like because it's possible, it's all handmade box, and it's possible that measurements here on the left side a little bit might be a little bit different of the measurement on the right side. Yeah, it looks okay. Looks okay. Okay, and just cut. That's good. That's good. And you see all the borders are the same. All the borders are the same, and all the cuts are covered between parts right here. All the cuts are covered. Okay. Put some weight in the middle, just to secure the perfect placement of the paper. Open the paper. Open the paper and let's glue it. And don't put too much glue. And of course, the most important thing, don't try glue the whole piece in one shot. Parts by parts, parts by parts. And don't go too close to the edge, because remember that you have to leave clean, perfectly clean borders all around. And try to keep the surface as clean as possible. It should be clean and bright, because those paper will be seen by any person who will open the box. And brush it perfectly, just to eliminate any bumps and any pockets of air under the paper. Good. Now you glued one part. Now time just to the gap, just to the space between two boards. Just to the space. One more time. One board, one space. One board, one space. Don't glue it all together in one shot. Just between. Now we're gluing paper between two boards. Okay. And just gently try to push paper deeper between two boards. Gently, and be careful, because when paper is wet, it's easy to, even with not exact knife, but with bone knife, to cut paper. Just gently, but gently, pay attention, carefully. Try to perfectly lay down the paper between two boards. And we will do one more board. One more. Okay. Okay, make sure, just check edges. It should be perfectly glued, everything. We almost done with actually gluing, and now we did two parts, and now you have to just continue part by part, part gap, part gap, part, up to the last piece. And when you reach the last piece, before the paper is completely dry, you will cut it. That's all.